Okay. What are we? Let us begin by setting some heightened tone. A little bit atonal, but that was pretty good. Just hopping right into some loops. What's good, brother? Howdy. Hope you've been well, brother. Hope you've been well. This is what we need to do. Yeah, been a very interesting 24 hours, I must say. You know, I found myself go to a show Friday, go to a show Saturday, mega sleep deprived at a point. Welcome moon, welcome moon star, welcome Alasser. But yeah, no, I found myself, as I've been like, I kind of emulated at some point. I mean, it's maybe clear cut in the way I've been releasing a song that's dedicated to Osho's work, but I kind of made this very clear distinction where I was like, you know what? Looking very openly in my life, there's a simple truth that's flowing through. That is something I found, because, you know, I found myself like a number of years ago, probably about 5 years ago, when I started reading this Osho book, Love, Freedom, and Aloneness. And when you really think about it, when you really look at like what those, the whole book is vast. There's a lot going on in this beautiful book. But in the simplest right, it made me really reflect deeply on, you know, what is, as we would say, like a capital L love, like what is sacred and unconditional love, and like, you know, what is sacred freedom, what is sacred aloneness. You know, those three things I think center around so many things. Arya. Yes. In the simplest right, you know, what I feel is really relevant is when I look at my life, at least, you know, I find myself reflecting, being like, okay, in the simplest truth, what does being removed from this sacred love, you know, what does it look like when we look at our own sort of relations, our own models of how we hold things, for things like love, things like freedom, things like aloneness, especially in this context of relationships. And it's like, how are we removed from those core things? You know, how, as in Osho's models of love, like the model of love that a lot of us don't really truly lean into or make sense of. It's like, how can we sort of look through a lens of that which is truly what we could define as sacred love, or sacred freedom, or sacred aloneness? You know, it's like, how can we really just go deeper in what that looks like? I don't know, so I found that very, very beautiful and very relevant for my life. As, you know, makes sense. Wrote a song as that was flowing through. It's like a sound journey that touches from that place. And then here we are on YouTube. Can you play Style of Jean Denver? Not Not a clue, brother. Not a clue how to play or perform John Denver. This is my hat friend. Yeah, I designed this hat from this hat maker. It's not Slash. I guess Slash rocks top hats, but this is like a different sort of dimension of. Let's see what we can flow through here. I'm loving this hat, but I feel like I want to focus an interesting awareness to, the higher centers. Hope you guys are having an awesome day so far. Just honoring your somatic body, letting yourself root yourself in your felt experience, whatever that feels like. Just add an extra saying a modified hat. Nice. Just add extra. Sure. No, it's less modified. It's a top hat that I designed, like the color palette. I worked with a hat maker, shortened this part. I shortened the top hat layer from about here to here, and then just modified the brim. Really just modified a lot of it, created it's like an acid wash, garnets, ox blood. It's a hat I've never really seen anywhere, so I was like, word, let's just create this hat. I mean, it is a top hat, but I wouldn't say, yeah. I mean, Slash is dope. Shout out Slash. I've never really been a fan or really been that connected to Slash musically. But of course, I know of Slash. I respect his aesthetic. Let's try going right into a pure loop here. This is what I've been sort of focusing the last few hours, is like I'm trying to really focus on letting all the nuances stretch out. It's like I'm letting the sound wave, there it is, it ends. I'm letting it start and then end fully. So if we're here, for recording. And then just keeps on slowly stretching out. Not gonna talk, walking. Nice. All the nuances, the beautiful nuances. It's still stretching out. It's just still this. Thank you, brother. What's good, bro? I'm not sure when I landed, but it's moving my soul. Nice. Amazing. Yeah, we've been on an interesting streak where, I mean, I've just been creating these kind of little sound journeys. I've been creating sound journeys for a while now, but I've been in this place where I've been like really finding my groove with what I want to create in like a larger context. And it's been cool, you know? It's like philosophical inspired, gentle, atmospheric sound journeys, which makes sense. It's on brand. Let's take that. Welcome. Can you play the Ask Can Not? Do you not know how to perform this? Do you not know how to perform whatever Kara Top of? Never heard that song in my life, bro. Can't, yeah, perform that. Some atonal key shift. Just because yes. Because yes to key shifts. Yes to key shifts. Okay, let's see what we have so far. got aired. Very nice. Very nice. Welcome, welcome, brother. Welcome, friends. Shaolin monk. Huh. Lost it, but that's okay. What note is the drum? I honestly don't know. Yeah. Sweet. Now it's just gonna stretch out that wave. What is that note? Shaolin monk, I said hello. Yes, I acknowledge you, friend, but here I am. Mm-hmm. Nice. Interesting. I think Daniel is misinterpreting me focusing, is also asking for a lifetime of comment removal. I don't know what to tell you, Daniel. I'd say leave your unhinged comments to yourself, brother. Tune in, listen in, take a moment, breathe. You know, everything's gonna be okay, brother. You don't have to air out those projections. You don't have to lose rights permanently for the rest of your existence to this channel. You don't have to. I mean, you can if you desire, but I don't know what to tell you, brother. You know, if you're new to this channel, yeah. Fair enough, brother. I don't think calling someone a cold, hard drunk or, you know, whining for attention or, you know, that's not synonymous with saying hello here. But, yeah. Enjoy the atmosphere, my friend. I'm focusing here. Oh, a cold, hard dunk. Oh. That's my bad. My sleep-deprived brain completely misconcepted that. Ah, yeah. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Ah. All is well. All is well. Yeah, I was honestly, yes. I've completely misread that thing. I saw Cold Hard Drunk and was just like, damn. I guess this is just I appreciate that though. Yes, a cold hard dunk. I did a cold plunge earlier, and I have to say the waters are cold. Uh, it's been a good cold experience. I actually was doing a cold plunge earlier, and there was a fish. There was this weird, strange little I don't even know how to describe it. It almost looked like a koi fish, but it was like a small fish in the water, and it was literally like swimming around when I was doing a cold plunge. But I appreciate that, Daniel. Yeah. Again, I apologize for. Yeah. For misreading the entire context. uh, yeah, what it do? It's doing, bro. I mean, a little bit sleep deprived. I was at a show the other night, and the night before it was pretty good, but I'm just kind of calibrating, just trying to create some loops. Yeah. Gym and hot tub later. That's legendary. Gym is the move, brother. I've been needing a good gym sesh, I feel. I feel, definitely. No Master of Puppets. We love Master of Puppets. Don't know how to play it. Don't know how to perform it. Okay, let's see. As we are. What was I here? Yes. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I was just, part of me was just not reading the comments accurately. I was looking at the thing and I just read it as a fraction of a second. And yeah, that was my bad. That was my misjudgment for that. Okay. As we are. Ah, guitar. This is cool. I appreciate that, brother. No, I appreciate that. Again, I misread the entire context. I guess my mind is so apt to sometimes assuming people are just gonna flip a switch and be a troll. Not saying that's naturally, of course, that doesn't fit your category, but it's just YouTube. We love YouTube. Love. We love. Yeah. Can You React to Domination is a very chill song. Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard. I don't necessarily do reactions because I don't like to engage in stuff that has copyright infringement. That kind of takes away, but I'll take a listen to it. I'd love to listen to it, Mitsu. Yeah, Mitsu. Domination. Domination is a chill song. Seems kind of like a paradox, but hey. All right. I'm about to leave work. I'll be back. This is beautiful. Thank you, friend. Thank you. Today, honestly, again, I've been feeling a little bit, a little bit tired, a little bit dysregulated today, but I've been feeling really inspired to just share what I've been doing here musically, because I've just been really just tapping into a very gentle, very uh, meditative, yeah, meditative style of creating these things, like just listening into the nuances, and it's honestly a style of creation that I've focused a lot when I'm on mushrooms. But yeah, thank you, Daniel. I try to keep it real. We're just here, laying out the human experience, laying out the human experience, making music, living life. Yeah, life is nice. 3D existence, baby. We gotta just love it. Ah, I must say though, as like T Mac was kind of underlining, is like I'm stoked and looking forward to jumping into some training protocol. I feel like I could really benefit from just sitting with some good energy in my body, doing some training basically. Just rock in the gym. The Pan Twin, nice stuff. Interesting, the Pan Twin. Huh. I am a pan flute player. Absolutely, I am a twin, so you nailed it. You nailed it. I have actually, yeah. Actually, innately, I was on this weird adventure yesterday. I was going to pick up a vial of LSD because I haven't done LSD in like a solid year or two, I'd say. But yeah, I'm feeling very drawn for some reason. I've just been kind of, oh whoa, I see what's happening. But yeah, I want to actually pick up a vial of LSD and kind of introduce some microdoses of acid or just play around with those waters again. So I'm excited for that. I'm actually very excited. I have lots of love for LSD. Yeah. How about yourself, man? I think there's a face on the back of that head. Interesting. That's not just Celtic, ancient Scandinavian symbols. No, that's all I see. That one note kind of got away from me, but yeah, that's okay. I want to. Yeah, I recommend LSD. I had an instance or many instances where I don't engage in LSD very often, but when you do, you'll notice there's some very interesting potential. Like there's the way LSD seems to almost like set you outside of your programming in a very beautiful way, you know. And it's very gentle. LSD is not like shrooms where it's very strong, of course. LSD is like something to be revered and respected, but I also have a pack of mushrooms. I pick of mushrooms. Huh. I also pick mushrooms. Wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I would love to pick mushrooms, truthfully. One day, just to go into a forest and don't do LSD, only do one bad trip to mindfuck. Yeah. I wouldn't say that's a universal truth, just don't do LSD, but but definitely get pure LSD, get pure LSD, test your LSD, revere the substance, revere anything. Like if you're gonna do shrooms, do your research, see how you respond to it. Do lots of research, and dose very low. That's all I'd say. Yeah, Ashay, magic. Thank you, Jay. Welcome, friend. Here we are, just chilling on the live stream. My wants and my needs have been pushed for tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. Hmm. Fair enough. I mean, I feel like, this has been a personal reflection of mine lately is as I, made this song called Sacred Love, Sacred Freedom, and Sacred Aloneness. That is obviously based on, well, not maybe obviously, Osho's book, Osho's book, Love, Freedom, and Aloneness. And I found myself, on my cold plunge earlier today, I was reflecting very deeply. I've been like very blessed with a lot of things in my life lately. I've been feeling like a lot of things are flowing through beautifully, but I kind of looked at my own life and like, the people in my life and, the community in my life. And it's just been sort of sitting with this truth of being like, I think to some degree, I need to return to what it looks like to sit with my own presence, naturally. Like, and it also makes sense in some regards, Because I've been grinding YouTube streams. I mean, I love YouTube. I love doing this. This has been a powerful, powerful force of nature in my life. But it's almost like, what does sacred love look like? And as Osho likes to underline it, like the model of unconditional love, of like love that is like always connected to something, yeah, that is unconditional. It's not conditionally rooted. It's like you're loving the other not because of, who they are, how they show up, or because they do something for you. It's like this person could leave you tomorrow. Like this person, you could leave this person tomorrow, so to speak. If you could exit this relationship, but you're not phased by the sort of conditional bonds of being like, okay, I'm loving this person because of this. Now that's not necessarily relevant to my life and my relationship, truthfully, but it's like as of right now, it's like, but I feel like I've forgotten that. It's like the true roots of conditional love. Like it's almost like it can kind of like fear can seep into our lives in a very like subtle way sometimes, where it's in the simplest right. It's love versus fear. You've probably heard this a million times. It's like a very beautiful sort of philosophical truth. It's like you're either operating out of fear or you're operating out of love. And when you look at that, it's like if you're not operating out of love, like, you're like, wow, I'm afraid to express my truth, or afraid to honor my needs, or afraid to communicate maybe something that's important to you. Ultimately, you're not operating out of fear. And you got to know that you deserve and you are setting the tone for a sort of safe, sacred love that is present. A healthy relationship as it is able to hold space for safety, for a sacred love, one that which is beyond fear. You should never feel like, but what if I want to express this or share this truth or whatever. It's a very vast thing. For me, it's been deeply relevant looking at like, okay, how can I return to like a sacred love, like a level of love that is fearless in what it is, and also looking at, yes, how Osho connects to freedom, like what is sacred freedom, really connecting that to love. And then obviously, what is sacred aloneness? What is sacred aloneness? You can only know all these models of love and freedom when you truly know sacred aloneness, where you're just like, like I am, the way I perceive everything is the way I choose to perceive. And you can choose to perceive out of love, out of like pure, you know, perspective. You can choose to see love, and you should choose it within your own sacred space always. And if you look at your life, and again, I'm like reflecting, speaking from my own space, when you see maybe something that is removed from love, something is fear based, maybe it's manifesting as some sort of low vibrational experience that is out of fear, you can realize that that is an invitation to sit with more love, like to step outside of fear. It's like, if you're experiencing fragmentation or whatever the things you're experiencing, that is outside of love. That's out of fear. And it's okay, because obviously we're human beings, we're 3D beings, we're gonna go through our own bouts and experience fear. But in the simplest right, I don't know, it's important. It's important. Never lose the inner child. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Inner child is magic. Honestly, I dance. I love and honor my inner child so very much. Do you work, Ashay? What do I do? I do work in the film industry. I mainly do like commercials. I do commercial acting. Lately, it's very slow in the film industry. Like, there's been some gigs that I'm like tentatively being casted in, or I'm like, the agents will like, throw my profile at them. But nah, I've been in the place where I'm focused fully on YouTube. It's like I've been this place where I see the larger vision. I'm actually a couple days away from super chats, which is, the first tier of monetization or whatever, or just accepting super chats. And then about 2 weeks away, maybe less, from ad revenue. So I don't know. I'm just focused on seeing a larger vision with YouTube. I want to make YouTube my full-time job. Like, it's not, for me, it's clear as day. It's not even like if I'll make YouTube my full-time job. It's a matter of what is the time parameters that I desire to do that. Is it going to be a month? Is it going to be half a year? Is it going to be this, that, whatever? It's like, and yeah. I like film too. I'm always, even if I'm doing full-time YouTube stuff, I'm still going to do acting, like commercial work. And because commercial acting or commercial work is all like your your agents are working for you. It's not like I have a job that I work for my agents. My agents work for me, right? So they're sending me, it's obviously a relationship professionally I want to establish and be very professional and respectful and honor the rapport and blah, blah, blah. But it's like for me, it's not like I don't work for a job per se. I set all my hours. I choose when I desire to work in the film industry, and I want to accept and do the work when I'm on a set. I want to honor everybody and be very professional. But yeah, so I tentatively do film gigs. I do gig work a lot in general, and then now I'm on the flow of YouTube. But I don't know. It's a funny parallel. It's a funny parallel. My life's been rapidly evolving and changing a lot the last like 7, 8, 9, 10 months. It's great. Both fear and love for me. Yeah. No, I mean we're humans. We're humans. It's not like we just transcend fear entirely. In some degree, it's like we gotta sit with that fear. Like fear manifests in strange ways. Like truthfully, it's like fear manifests as maybe just like thinking, let's have this conversation another day, or maybe I'll wait for a convenient time to express this truth or honor my needs in this way. That's fear ultimately. Like when you're looking at the means of like, how are you honoring yourself and holding space for love, like in the context of how you're expressing, because love is safety. Like love is safe. When you're like, I'm expressing my truth, even if it's not received in such a way, a healthy, loving container will be like, okay, how are we going to approach this out of love versus fear? And obviously, we're all human beings. We all have to, navigate these waters. But I don't know, things I've been sitting with myself. It's not like fear is like this overwhelming, always this like shattering, destructive force of like overwhelming doom and gloom. Sometimes fear is just you suppressing your needs, your truth. It's you not looking at the larger picture, which is that which is aligned with love. And that's okay. That's extremely human. That's normal. And again, speaking for myself, speaking my own perspective right now. I don't know if this is irrelevant. Maybe it is, but it's relevant to me right now. Fear is a choice. Having fear, however, emotional fear is entirely different than lying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I'm not saying we can choose love, and yes, we can choose fear, but it's like at the same time, the perception of like how we experience fear, we also get to choose. Like you can choose to see these fear-based narratives. This is a deeply woven parallel. I could go off in a million directions, but I'll make it very simple. Is the way we choose to experience fear, like in our body, what we choose, how we choose to transmute that, how we choose to move and honor that energy that is fear-based. That is something that we do get to choose. Now, it's not yeah, you're right. It's not like a default to choose to transmute fear into something deeper, or choose to see fear in a positive way, or even just like lower vibrational energy. It's basically got to transcend a victim mentality, realizing that even if, yes, you're going to experience fear, you're going to experience turmoil, sadness, fragmentation, but you realize that's okay. Like that's not something you have to like identify fully. Like, all right, my entire construct is that which experiences fear and that controls your life. It's just like, okay, here we are. Fear is here. It's teaching me something, and you can then learn to use it as a compass. I don't know. I have a multitude. Thank you, Daniel. I I know I know my path and I trust it. I don't know. I'm in an interesting position where lately I've seen great success in many things in my life, but now I'm continuously taking a moment to like reflect and step back and be like, okay, how can I continue to honor myself and the harmony of myself? And YouTube has been it's been a massive plus lately. It's all been flowing and I feel very grateful for YouTube. But whoa. But surely there's lots of components to life, and I'm just yeah, I'm just very human. I have a multitude. Yeah, live with a lion. Yeah, I don't know. It's again, take everything I say with a grain of salt. You know yourself best. You know what is flowing through. You know how to honor yourself, right? If you're feeling like it's like these are things I say from my own perspectives of things I'm unpackaging and integrating. But yeah, we all have different paths. We all have different paths that we need to walk, right? Wow, you live with a white panther? That's great though. I mean, that's amazing. That is profound. That's profound. But also, yeah, that's great. You live with an animal. That's beautiful. Yeah. If we could all be so blessed. Life is subjective. I have a black elephant. Wow. Wow. Huh. I don't know what to say, Enchanted. Wow. Okay, singing song lyrics. Wow. Cool. All right, so this is what we've created so far in the last half an hour or 20 minutes. All I can say is life, fear, whatever, somatic, this, that, all these crazy emotions. Life's a lot easier when you can kind of just laugh at yourself. Like, it's like not take life too seriously. And you may hear that, you hear comedians, you see comedians, you're like, haha, like, yeah, laughing is great. And it is, but it's like, it's great to like objectively be, you know what, let's just like laugh, like really just laugh, like, damn, like that's wild, all this is a thing, and laugh at ourselves, but also like, realize there are beautiful things to focus our energy on. Like, it's beautiful that we can dance, that we can connect. Like, it's like there's a level of, I would say, just simple gratitude, but like gratitude with an awareness of why there are simple things in our life that we can focus our energy on and be like, wow, I'm so happy that at least I can experience this. Like, I can, life may be a little bit much sometimes, but it's like there's such beautiful core simple truths and things that we can focus on that do make our quality of life better. Be it laughing, be it dancing, be it sitting in nature alone and listening to birds. I'm probably going to do that very soon. I think I'm going to end this loop at some point, you know, find a name for it, and then I'm probably going to take the stream to the forest and do some meditation in the forest. But yes. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. What's going on here? Okay. Yes, that. Speaking in metaphors, I see. Interesting. Black sheep, black. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, I got an idea. I got an idea flowing through. We're just gonna riff and then we're gonna do something specific. That's fun. That's a challenge, but yeah. To be gentle, but also like focused at the same time, you know. So, and scream wildly, dancing and laughing. I love that, Mona Lisa. You gotta just laugh and dance. Like, goddamn, life's like, whoa, you gotta be serious. And you're just like, no, I don't wanna fucking take it as seriously. You just gotta be like, fuck it. In a healthy way, of course. You gotta just laugh. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I love it. I love this. Oh man, I love this. Crispy's telling me, I love this. Crispy, thank you for your unsolicited advice. But some unsolicited advice to match your unsolicited advice. Happy people or intelligent people, hell, people with any shred of self awareness, don't sit there and tell people how to live their lives on a YouTube live stream. That's cold hard facts. But thank you for sharing your truth. You know, I hope it was worth the words that you took the time you took to speak it. But yeah. 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 Well, I didn't stream yesterday, but beyond that, I'm streaming constantly, brother. Yeah. Yeah, to Hunter, yeah. I'm streaming still every day, usually about 5, 6 hours. So I don't know. I mean, we have different time zones respectively, but I'm streaming. Yesterday, I didn't stream because I was at a show, and I stayed over at my partner's house. Didn't get home till like 6, 7 o'clock, and then I just like, meditated, took a nap. So yesterday did not stream. That's the truth. But of course, the last like weeks upon weeks, every single day for at least 3 to 4 hours. Yeah. It's been great though. That's the nature of it. I think we've achieved 3K watch hours. It's just now my YouTube studio is going to update. Once my YouTube studio updates, then we've officially unlocked 3,000 watch hours. So there's part of me that definitely does feel like, you know what? I have permission. Whoa. I have permission to now not need to grind watch hours. I mean, I want to get to 4K watch hours, and we're going to get to 4K watch hours within the next week or two, or 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. I think I get what you meant. Interesting. When I'm happy, I talk about everything. When I stay away, sparks flying everywhere. I'm not sure, Enchanted. I think you're still speaking in metaphors, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm not sure what you're responding to, but it seems that you've chosen to speak in some interesting metaphors. So I appreciate the metaphors and keep metaphoring it up. Because I'm not sure what you're responding to, but as we are going to create another loop that I'm going to focus here on this pan flute piece here. Yeah. This is what we want to do here. Lost the scale there, I must admit. Still sounds beautiful. That was a scale shift there. What's good? What's good, Arthur? Welcome, brother. Welcome from Brazil. Blessings from Canada. We just kicking it, making loops. I feel like I can lower the whatever it's called. Basically, that's the FX, I think it is. Yeah. You can put your head, you put it into your hand. Nice. Wow. That's a profound truth. My guy's speaking deep truths. Deep truths. Yeah. Greetings from Saxon Germany. That's beautiful. I mean, blessings from Canada. Yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying. Whoa. Yeah, enjoying these dimensions of music, resonance patterns. And yeah, my recent release, I kind of created the sound journey today, which I'm really happy with. I've been using the same sort of flow. Let's just do that. Where I've been very much using these very gentle transitions where I'm just like stretching into the soft nuances. I'm just gonna not do that. Let's not play the music. Yeah. Welcome. What's good, Beast? What's good, brother? What is good? We're now going to prepare ourselves to head to the forests of Westwood because it's a beautiful day right now. And I feel like that's the move. Ah, magic. Yeah, if you're new to this channel, welcome to this YouTube channel. I'm a music YouTuber that teaches guitar and does meditative sound journeys among various kind of live improv, and yeah, it's a good time creating music. I must admit. I knew just the version, if you can imagine it, you can make it happen. Spot on, bro. Yeah. I like how connected you're feeling to your metaphors, my dog. Yeah, we're going to the forests. I actually think what we'll probably do, I don't know if we'll do it on the live stream, but I'll probably go for a cold plunge. Because feels like the move. I'm a little bit sleepy still, you know? But the reality is I think it'd be beautiful to just do another cold plunge. Sit with the forest, some meditation, do some qigong. This is what I'm feeling very drawn to. And I hope you guys, are also taking time to honor your body. And that's kind of a universal truth. And a core piece of what I really feel in this channel is like I really desire to invite you to just honor your body. Like whatever that looks like, however that feels, it's just like, I think actually we're gonna flip this around a little bit. To sit in nature, I'm very fortunate to live right by the forests of Westwood, right? But surely it's like, I'm also a strong believer in time isn't real, but also in the simpler, right? Like time is not something you should be limited by. Like you shouldn't feel, in my experience, and we all have different time scarcity things and beliefs. But, I've been in places where I remember distinctly for many years, I was in that same place where I, didn't desire to say commute somewhere. Oh, getting notifications. Like, I was afraid to say go spend 2 hours or 3 hours committing to somewhere. It's like, if you could go on an adventure that would change your entire day just by commuting, just by committing to go somewhere. I think I'm loving the hat, but I'm feeling like I want blood flow to my head today. I want blood flow to my head today so I can do more meditative practice. I'm gonna rock the old school bandana look. Let's see. Magic. Oh, I see what's happening there. I have to adjust that a little bit. One second, friend. Should go to sleep. Wow. You should go to sleep, I would say. 3 a.m. I mean, I've been up at 3 a.m. the last couple days. I was at a rave and then just naturally. Oh no, spam call. No. No thanks. Yeah, let's see what we do here. I gotta tighten this. I think that'll do it, I think. Huh? I want to say that'll do, but I can't say for sure. Okay, pop that here. Oh. No. Okay. Loosen this. Lock that. There. Huh. Che, take us on an adventure. Absolutely, brother. I'll show you these dope forests of Westwood. It'd be my honor. It's great. It's a great place. I just got to go through this fun. So I locked this in. Yeah, this is what I want to do. Just target this little baby here. That'll do. That feels good. That feels good. Magic. That's good. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. That's what we want to achieve. Just angle it. Nice. Very nice. We'll just keep things simple. Ooh. Dope. Let's do that. Okay. Let's do this ritual incense. If you guys are not familiar, I have these ritual incense you get from Nepal. It's such a beautiful thing called rope incense. And they're strange because they kind of look like giant joints or doobies. They're like these beautiful incense that they make in Nepal at this like sacred cottage. And the idea, let's pop it here. The idea is it just burns very evenly. It's sort of like a joint. On my bone. This is beautiful. This is what all YouTubers, creators should always have the leisure, I hope, ideally, to do, is just to disappear into the forest, into the outside world. And I think the fatal flaw of being a YouTuber is if people feel, like you can only be. Maybe it's good to have a studio, like a music studio where you're chilling in your room, but the outside world, the world is meant to be experienced, be it if you're a YouTuber, you should never feel like you're confined to just being inside of your room. I mean, I love my room, but there's far things more healing than just going. Let's do that. Wow, so great. Prove the guitar. Pretty sure the guitar has been proven that it's real. MGK, is that you? All right, I went outside and I stepped outside of YouTube and then re-entered. Is the connection officially back? Was it gone? I don't know. On my side, it all looks golden, but YouTube's done that a couple times, where it just glitches out and then it just doesn't process or even give me any warning. Beautiful. That's so weird. I know it happened a while back, where it literally all the comments froze and everything looked normal on my end, but then it just glitched out. That's a YouTube problem, I would say. Oh yes. That's weird. On my end, it genuinely nothing ever timed out or glitched out, but that's how it is. I think I need to get an incense holder for this guitar. That'd be really awesome to have. Just some little thing that can help the guitar. Wow. Carrying a tool, soldier is gone, ready to shoot. It's a pan flute, yeah. It's funny though, when people in public, they see me with this giant triangle bag, it's kind of like, so he's either carrying some giant gun or he's got some rare niche instrument and no one really knows what it is. It's kind of part of the fun. It's like, what is in this giant triangle bag? But yeah, eventually they figure it out, because I always just take it out and do stuff with it, but it's great. Let's turn on the brightness. I can't actually even see. Oh, the brightness is on full. Okay. Just the lights kind of peering through. I mentioned some on one of my posts because they weren't owned. Interesting. Huh. I mean, that's a bizarre interaction, I must say. I mean, I feel like a 90%, if not like 95, 99% of the people of these streams that flow through are pretty dope. But I definitely notice it's good to honor and keep in mind, honoring your privacy, like honoring sort of just the fact that this is a public domain. Like no matter how, if they're fans or people that are just chill, just viewers and fans of what's going on, it's always good to honor your privacy and of course the privacy of others. And I think, yeah, YouTube kind of teaches us that, is you never really truly know people, in the depths of them, their character. And the 1% of people that flow through may be sort of odd or weird or unhinged. And it's a good lesson to learn. It's like, okay, you gotta just respect your own privacy. And I think it's a simple thing, really. Like respecting your privacy and other people's privacy really just comes down to just organically navigating interactions, like not trying to jump the gun or, you know, force any dimension of interaction. Like it's like in the real world, you know, whether it's like a professional or YouTube endeavor or whatever, you would not just like immediately, you know, catapult yourself into interacting with someone. Like, you know, you wanna vet someone, you wanna test the waters, you wanna intuitively feel into the nature of how this interaction is, you know, to see if this person resonates with whatever is going on, you know, just in the real world, if you're just hanging out with somebody or something. So it's always good to just honor your intuition, navigate waters as you would, be respectful of the process. Let's see. There we go. Let's do that. Beautiful. Here we are now. We're in the forests of Westwood. Absolutely, yeah, I'm blessed to live in British Columbia. Really, British Columbia. Interesting. Magic. There we are, the volume's there. My phone's on a phone mount here, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's in British Columbia. It's a lot. It's like older, sort of ancient forests. And it's very untouched. A lot of this area. Yeah. Yeah, it works pretty well. It really makes it for a good angle here, yeah. Interesting. There we go. My brightness was constantly just doing weird stuff. It is that kid again, I think. That or it seems like there's some kid on his scooter and caught my attention, but I'm respectfully ignoring them, but I've been employing this thing where I've actually been setting basically these sticks. So, you know, if these kids make the executive decision to just like boot down on their scooter, they're gonna have to cross all these barricades. All these barricades of sticks. Which is, yeah. We have to say landscape. Yeah, but I was surprised. Funny, it's like I was just streaming, roving by, and yeah, these tiny kids, or whatever, like these 15-year-olds, were just scootering by. just playing guitar, and they seem to be like, I don't know, they just did not seem to be as, what's the word? Like outlandish and triggered as you'd think, you know, the ones that were just like belting obscenities. But I don't know. C'est la vie. Honestly, the simple nature is they're just dumb kids. They're too immature to know better, I guess. But I'm just, taking with a grain of salt at this point. I think I'm just going to continue to set up stick barricades, and, if they make the executive decision to sort of like, rip through these forests, screaming obscenities or whatever, they're going to probably eat shit. Which will be their prerogative. But life's too short. Well, it's like beavers. I'm just employing the same I'm employing the same methods as beavers. Literally, I'm not trying to create an impossible barricade, but I'm just trying to discourage, people that obviously are just ripping through the forest, screaming obscenities for whatever reason, making them not feel welcome, for their scooters. It's a very strange time. But I don't know, it's the same thing. Like whether it's people that choose to troll or whatever, or if it's, the younger fellows that have taken upon themselves to compulsively do whatever they're doing. This community, this YouTube stream, it's clear in my mind. It's for an adult audience. Like, the issue, where I went wrong was, there was a kid that was like, I don't know, some young kid that was really excited to be a part of this live stream that I bumped into when I was streaming. He was saying he was into guitar, and he seemed like a good kid. But I guess he just told his cousins, and the one cousin took it upon himself, just go on and just go through the forest. So it just makes me realize, I'm like, okay, I think that's fair, is that these live streams are clearly for a mature audience. Kids, they'll do what kids are gonna do. If they're compulsive and they're going through whatever they're going through, and it's like, c'est la vie. But this is obviously, my target audience has nothing to do with kids. So I think obviously in the future, it's a powerful lesson to be like, I'm clearly not gonna, for good measure, invite random strangers, especially young kids that are just, for whatever reason, in that TikTok generation, to be part of the stream. This is for fully developed, emotionally mature people. That's obviously the whole context of the stream as a whole. But yeah, c'est la vie. Again, kids will be dumb. I mean, I've been 15 years old. Fortunately, I wasn't raised in this generation where there's obviously a lot more brainwashing, a lot more compulsive nonsense that they have to go through. So I empathize for these kids. They're just being stupid kids. And as a full-grown adult, you kind of just gotta ignore that and be like, wow, those kids are dumb as shit. Yeah, c'est la vie. Very nice. Welcome. South African out. Nice. South African guy out, who's clearly, I don't know, trying to play some sort of manipulative ploy. So peace out, South Africa. Peace out, loaded compliments, malicious, manipulative tactics. Peace out, brother. Comment sections revoked. C'est la vie. Yeah. Interesting times we're in, friends. It's interesting times. Yeah, it's like, thanks for the comments and the engagement, brother. Homie from South Africa. Welcome, friend. Welcome. Blessings from Canada. We're just chilling in this forest here. Probably gonna take a nice little tangent. Go down this way. See, this is where I do my cold plunges right here. And actually, I was here yesterday, and there was a fish. It was this little koi fish. Whoa. Interesting. Yeah, I'm sure it just flows through these parts of the river, but whoops, exited the stream there. But yeah, this is the exact spot I do cold plunge here. Yeah. Good advice. I think, I speak of this very actively. It's like in social media, people often forget that people are not entitled to your energy, Be it if it's a YouTuber, professional, whatever, it's good to have healthy awareness that people don't have access to your, or not entitled to your energy just because they have access to it, via social media. I don't know, personally, I noticed early on, I like to make a very clear boundary between what is a personal social media account and what is professional. And obviously, as a new streamer, YouTuber, I like to still be open and navigate those waters like I'm learning, but yeah. Now this part of the forest right here. Speed setting. Interesting. I didn't know I could do that, but I apparently have a delay on my tone ramp. Wow, this whole area is just looks like it got hit by a storm. All the trees and everything's just falling around. This is what I like to see though. It's very untouched forests. The natural landscape. Fair enough. The forest of Westwood or of British Columbia is very different, I feel, from the forest of pretty much anywhere. All the forests pretty unique, but British Columbia is kind of a very unique landscape. It's nice though. I mean, there's definitely mosquitoes and stuff once in a while in parts, but yeah, those are the breaks. Yeah, no, with that, I think again, I continuously return to this, I don't know, this place, kind of like I initially stated, is for those young dudes, those young lads that were just roving, doing, I guess, I'm not sure if they're friends or whether they're just, the younger generation seems to be going through some stuff, man. I really feel, I express that openly. I'm I feel, part of the role of what as a person, in my generation, that I just want to share my perspective, try to help the younger generation. And it kind of comes down to, it's interesting when you really have that reflected back to you, like what the younger generation, like these, especially again, these kids, like younger, like ages 10, whatever, to 15 in this generation, 2026. I can only imagine what they're going through. Like, truthfully, it's, you know, everyone's indoctrinated into this weird sort of vape culture slash dating app slash social media, smartphone culture. Like, it's just, TikTok culture, TikTok. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. I empathize. I hope they don't suffer too much. I feel fair in the woods, in the forest. Why, thank you. Yes, this is very complimentary. It's sending a woodpecker. Yeah. So much going on in these forests right now. It's beautiful. Mm. There's just everything going on. It's crazy when you really like can hear like the blue jays at some point, and then you got the other mountain birds flowing through, crows flying around. It's so full of life today. It seems it's great. If I knew rest is the right grammar, it looks like beautiful. Thank you, friends. Being aware of it too. Yes. This is just my basically my backyard. It's great. This is a preamp. There's a preamp on this guitar. Yeah, if you're familiar, it's a Tonewood amp. It's like a preamp that's been around for a while. Whoa. No. For some reason, I think I saw it looks like an owl over there, but oh no, that's just a bird's nest. Just a bird's nest. There's sometimes owls that hang out here. They're pretty rare though. Yeah. Oh, mosquitoes. Magic, clarinet, and guitar. Yeah. Wind instruments go very well, I naturally find. think it went out of tune a little bit here. It's pretty good. Yo, what's good? What's good, number 5? Just done conditioning training. Wow. That's awesome, man. Sounds beautiful, brother. Sounds like you're in a great routine. You're thriving. Yeah, I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I've been just saying myself is, I feel really called today to do a very extensive sort of strength training, qigong sort of protocol today. Like, I'm really excited to dive into that. But yeah, I appreciate you, number 5. Appreciate you, brother. And deeply appreciate, yeah, like donating, being the first donation Ko-Fi. It's just like, feels like a major benchmark. I've only recently released the means to doing, Ko-Fi slash getting my super chats in a few days. Like, those are gonna, when they refresh, probably about 2-3 days, I'll officially unlock super chats, and then we'll be right on route to ad revenue. So exciting times, exciting times. Like, man, it feels surreal, but we're officially entering this beautiful chapter of, monetization YouTube. Yeah, yes, sir. I appreciate that, bro. I actually wanted to show my gratitude. Thank you, brother. No, I find it so beautiful, like the sincerity of like people even just desiring to just offer that. Like, I know I've had some people express being like, "Yo, I'd love to, yeah, donate here, do that. If you can just, super chat or whatever." And it's beautiful because I haven't even unlocked that. But as we're finally in that chapter where it's like cool. Like, it's beautiful to feel that people do desire to support. If they just show that sentiment, it's beautiful. It's like, I love to, yeah. And it goes directly to the channel. My father, uncle, and grandpa played the guitar, so mama played the clarinet. Wow, that's cool, Enchanted. Well, yeah, I hope you have a great journey, unlocking those music pathways. I agree, they're so funny. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, bats are pretty cool. There's actually bats at nighttime. They pop up a lot here in Westwood. Oh, this mosquito. Monday. Very nice. Mm. Interesting. What's going on, Temple? Welcome, brother. Welcome. Warrior in a garden, wars following me. Interesting. Wow. Sorry to hear that. Out of curiosity, for those of you watching, and I feel like the sound quality or the audio quality is probably decent, right? Like this is, imagine based on your connection. I'm curious though, when you watch this over and you watch the playback, is the audio quality the same way? Because I know when I edit it on my lives, the audio quality, I'm not sure if it reads the same way or if maybe that's just YouTube showing it in the lowest quality, just to save space or whatever. Whoa. But I'm curious if you guys are watching, if you ever watch the playbacks of these lives, if it's in low quality, like do you notice it's like as clear as it is here, or is it choppy, or I don't know. I'm curious. These birds, though, it's great. Nice. Mm-hmm. I'm just right behind in the comments here. They're calling the playbacks the same. Beautiful. That's awesome, man. Mm-hmm. Appreciate you, Anna. Appreciate you. Appreciate the good energy. You're a gem. Interesting. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Hey, thank you. Thank you, brother. Mm. Need to post the info on your attire since it's constantly asked. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the idea is I posted the hat, like the Etsy maker, I posted her Etsy in my posts. The jacket I talk about often, but unfortunately this jacket's actually sold out. Yeah, I bought the last one innately. But yeah. I'm sure he'd though, they would make the jacket. They would make the jacket if you desire. They're really nice people, like Arcane Coda, the creators. It's this guy and his partner. I think they're split up, but yeah, they're brilliant. I'm sure if you like pre-ordered it or ordered it, they would definitely make it. But the this is the light acid wash Titan jacket. I love their work. I love their work. Good morning. Welcome, Amy. I had no idea how to perform NHH by Kanye. Yeah, I can't say I know how to perform that. No. All these birds around here. It's awesome. Say Bitcoin. Thumbs down, Bitcoin. Are you saying say Bitcoin as in would I do a Bitcoin promotion? Who knows? I'm sure I'd promote Bitcoin promotion. That is a partnership. Sad when partnerships create and then they split. Yeah. I mean, humans, I don't think professionally they didn't split up. But as partners, like I met them like 10 years ago. So they split up, but they didn't like, they still professionally produce together. But I'm sure as they're not intimate partners anymore, it changes a little bit the dynamic. But you know, human beings will do what they do. Oh. Yeah. No hat today. I wanted to let my head breathe and kind of focus on doing more like dynamic stuff. And I just want to introduce my awareness more to my forehead. But beyond that, yeah. The hat's still here in spirit, truthfully. A part of it is like I just want to kind of introduce awareness to my forehead, do more reality checks, which is a thing that I like to do without the hat, but spirit hat. Do you have top 3 tips for how you play guitar in the way I do? I mean, the sure, the way I play, like if I were to answer that question, the simplest answer, which you probably already know, is just practice, like raw practice. Like you just got to practice, practice, practice. Fall in love with learning to basically build a playing style that revolves around the things that resonate with you. So that is, for me, I focus harmonics, you know, harmonics, pinch harmonics, slap harmonics, artificial harmonics. That's something I fell in love with when I started playing the style of guitar about 11 years ago. So, for one, yeah, let yourself connect on a deep level with the elements of guitar. You know, let yourself like really have a vision of like, you know what, I really love harmonics. Like that just speaks to you. And yeah, part of what I like to recommend to people when they ask about like how do I practice or how does one practice as a whole, the essence of it is there's no right or wrong way to practice necessarily. Like you can really whatever translates into you picking up your guitar, like whatever elements of the guitar that really resonate with you, you know, that you're just like, you know what, this, like whether it's scales, whether it's chord progressions, whether it's legatos, then yeah, it's like let yourself develop a relationship with the guitar where it's from joy, you know, where no one's if you're not trying to do it because, you know, someone has expectations or opinions of, oh, but this is the right or wrong way to learn guitar. Let yourself develop a relationship with the guitar and extension, practicing in a very organic and joyful way. And yeah, I mean, in truth, the way I play is there's a few core things that I've focused over the last, like, again, 10, 11 years, really, but especially the last, like, 7, 8 years. And one is, yes, legatos, like, you know, your basic, like, legato techniques, like hammering on, sliding, and pulling off. I very much have focused for many, many years, you know, just all the little patterns and novel ways that I can integrate. Oh, sliding. Whoa. A fly. A fly just went on me and then bit me, but then I just hit it. Wow, that was weird. But yeah, nah. In the simplest right, focus on foundational elements of guitar, like legatos, sliding, hammering on, and pull-offs. And then eventually you can integrate things like more finger-style type things. And yeah, for me personally, what I think the core part of how I play is I improvise. I'm very fluent in improvisation, right? And how one improvises is kind of a core way of playing. It's like you want to learn to basically give yourself permission to see all the ways you can navigate the fretboard in a unique way, you know, that's novel to you. So it's almost like develop a practicing I'd say, style where you're enjoying every part of practicing. Like, don't try to force yourself to practice, basically. Like, I practice usually about 3, 4, 5 hours a day. And it's been like that for probably about 9 years, truthfully. But it wasn't always like that. For the first like several years of playing guitar, I hated practicing. I really dreaded practicing. I had to force myself to practice. And part of that is because I just didn't really realize, you know, what I wanted to practice. Like, I often have people tell me like, oh, you should learn scales, or you should learn how to play this song or do that song. And obviously, yes, you do want to learn all these things, and you want to have a well-rounded awareness of music theory, and you want to have discipline and etc. But the core thing is, if you can create a style and a style of playing that really resonates with you, that is joyful, that is like you love playing this style, it's you've developed a relationship with the guitar that is just pure love and joy in the core of it, then you will practice, all the time. You will often pick up your guitar and you'll have a million different things that you desire to play. And once you get to that place, once you're in a more like advanced level, then you'll learn to focus things like improvisation, which is a very powerful element of guitar. And eventually composition. So it's like definitely learning the basics of like legatos is a strong place to start. Learning to develop a practice routine that doesn't necessarily fit in the structures and the molds of what people tell you, is the right or wrong way. Give yourself permission to find what that is, what resonates with you, and then just have fun with it as much as possible. And then eventually, it takes like, at least in my experience, like 7, 8, 9, 10 plus years to really get good and develop your own style. But once you have, it's there. Like, the truth is, it's like once you learn how to improvise and develop a style and songwriting, etc., that's basically when you begin to have like such a powerful awareness of how to navigate the fretboard, and it becomes fun. It's like a very fun, intricate game. But yeah, long story short, practice. I'm personally attracted to harmonics, legato, slap harmonics. Maybe just discover things like harmonics. I highly recommend. Learn how to apply those techniques. I have little shorts where I break down exactly how to do harmonics in my YouTube channel. And I intend to do more extensive breakdowns of the elements of guitar. But yeah, lots of practice. Yeah. By lightning, great evening. Magic. Yeah. I'm having coffee with cacao. Beautiful. Yeah. I could probably use some more cacao, truthfully. Like, I only drank like 1 cup earlier today, which is not a lot. But I'm just like, taking it easy, doing the human stuff. And honestly, it seems to be working for me. Like, I basically drank a cup of cacao. I was like, you know what? I'm going to drink another, and I made it. But then I got so caught up doing some songwriting, was recording this sound journey that I released. And I was really loving that. Like, that flowed very beautifully. So then I ended up not drinking more cacao. Yeah. Magic. Yeah, I mean, I think you gotta buy certain cacao has a very natural flavor. Sometimes you can buy higher quality ones that have a richer, almost like natural creamy texture, but yeah, it depends. Like the overtones in Austral Edition. Interesting. Okay. Hey, it's all good, brother. I honestly highly recommend people ask questions about guitar. It's like what I'm happy to talk about. It's definitely a huge core dimension of this channel. Yeah. I've watched the OA. OA. Can't say I have. OA. Doesn't sound familiar. Man. I sometimes sweeten it, yeah. I mean, I sometimes use like cinnamon and a bit of coconut milk or almond milk, but usually I just drink it raw. It's like that's, if it's good cacao, it actually has a decent flavor. Yeah. English turns again. Put cacao in my oats. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oats. Cacao goes so well, I feel, with so many different things. Like you can blend it with avocados and make like really dope smoothies. Or just like, yeah, mix it in with oats and stuff like that. There we go. Mellow. Mm. Yeah, these mountains, honestly, every day where I run by them, they're just so soothing. I love there's just like snow peaked. It is so far in the distance where it's somehow still, there's snow up there. Welcome, welcome from Toronto. Welcome Toronto. Blessings from British Columbia. Raw is the best, yes. Cinnamon is good, use sugar. Yeah, and cinnamon is apparently phenomenal for many things. Like I found you can just like, yeah. Yogi tea is also very good. The OA is a series about near-death experience, interdimensional travel, and connection. Interesting. OA. Interesting. Oi. Yeah, I'm just doing the YouTuber thing. I can say that part of how I facilitate these streams is, naturally, as I've been doing this for about 6.5, 7 months as a streamer, 8 months or 8.5 as a YouTuber, I can say confidently, it takes a bit of I don't know how to say, it's like an art form. It's like dancing, being a YouTuber. You gotta like lead by setting the tone, you gotta like navigate those waters by sort of just like intuitively dancing through the process of it. But yeah, it seems that people, my desire, my intention flows through. I love to really create a portal, like a meditative portal that's focusing on authenticity, on authentic expression, and it really just orbits around a lot of the things that I do on this channel. So yeah, it seems like cool people like to flow through. I feel as this channel progresses and evolves, it'll be nice. I'm really excited to see the progression. I feel very grateful, very grateful for this YouTube community. and this YouTube portal as a whole, like this relationship with this process, being able to just the fact that I can jump into a YouTube stream and then just like community build and grow this portal, this community, this business. It's just powerful. It's a very healthy parallel. And it's a lot of work. I've definitely been grinding and putting a lot of hard work and energy consistently. It's out of love. It's all out of love and passion, and it's like it's very beautiful. It's the same thing I see. Like, I treat this YouTube channel very similar, with the same level of like devotion and discipline and intention that I put into my music, and which makes sense, where it's like this is a music channel where I'm teaching people music and talking about music and sharing music. So yeah. Right. You connect with musicians and some of the fellow students of the arts. Yeah, this is the channel, brother. Yeah. Yeah, really, it's like, as I'm a performance artist, but I'm also a sound healer, and like the idea is, it's like the core part of a lot of this channel is, yes, it's about guitar, it's about music, it's about teaching and putting out journeys and etc. But it's also like a Shay as a whole. For those that are new to this channel, the brand of a Shay, or the moniker that's a Shay, like the energy of it, it's an ancient word. Obviously, it has deep meaning, deep significance in many different cultures. But as I feel it, as I see it, it's like an embodiment of kind of the sacred context of music. For me, that's at least how this is in this channel. It's like the bridging of worlds between, the creation of music and developing a sacred context or a relationship with the divine. It's like that energy that you imbue within music, which is, in a simplest right, that's the foundational essence of all music. It's the resonance. It's the resonance pattern. Whether I'm striking something, it's like it's a resonance pattern that's just flowing through. And as an artist, the more I've gone on this path where I write music, that's not necessarily trying to compose or write a song. I mean, I do that as well, but I very much focus heavily on creating music that is trying to be channeled. It's trying to listen to the ancient resonance patterns. Like, it's almost like an ancient style of creating music, of channeling music, not just writing music. I can write music as well. I compose tons of music, but the idea is, like, music can go in so many different parallels. Fair enough. I'm sure, yeah, listen to your body, rest well. Interesting. A roadie. Interesting. A roadie. What is a roadie? Oh, yes. A roadie. Interesting. Hey, yes. We love humanity here. We promote humanity and just like loving these core things. Like, I've had moments where, I think it was a couple days back, there was a fellow, like some random dude that popped on the stream. I think he'd been there for like, a few days now or something. And he happened to, for some reason, advocate a strong stance of AI, for AI. He's like, blah, 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 I'm an AI artist. And I remember just kind of going off in a long, deep tangent. But long story short, yeah, it's important to connect to our humanity, deviating from that whole dilemma. It was an interesting conversation. I remember just kind of swiftly explaining to this dude, of being like, just how disintegral and et cetera, and how he's, there's a very larger context that's going on here when we basically, let's say, bypass the dimensions of, why AI is problematic. But anyway, yeah, in the simplest right, humanity is beautiful. Like, our human essence is powerful. And I think I'm very blessed to have a channel, to have a life that gravitates around a lot of, just expressive, very artistic pursuits that really just makes me really connected to what it means to be human. And I just love to promote that, advocate that. I just love to let people know that, people, they can give themselves permission to really just express themselves, to just really lean into these primal and fundamental things of what it means to be a human. And yeah, it's not very difficult. Like, as a human to human, like, we can just feel into that. We understand on a deep level how important it is to be connected to, like, our primal being, to be just humans. And I think there's yeah, we see you. Thank you, Anna. Appreciate you. I agree. It would be fun to watch at night. Yeah, they're very chill. They're very chill at night. I love especially, or maybe I'll miss some context about. Yes. Yeah, night is always. I love, like, especially streaming late in the night. Like, for me, it's like PST 10, 11, 12. Those are such phenomenal streams where at that point I'm literally just like, either just came from the gym or from my partner's house, and I'm just chilling. Like, I'm kind of in this state where I'm very meditative, holding space as much as humanly possible. I'm not full of caffeine or cacao. So I'm just kind of there to hold space, play some very gentle music. It's great. Yeah. 432 is beautiful, absolutely. Yes, sir. This I am familiar with. Yes, sir. 432 hertz is beautiful and resonant with nature. I remember in the 90s learning songs from tapers, going jamming with the Pats. Nice. I'm in British Columbia, my guy. Yeah, I'm British Columbia. Clear skies, our stars are out. Wow, I sound with my guitar too. That's awesome, Harry. That's legendary, brother. That's legendary. That's hilarious that you're in UK. Here in Canada, it's like, I think it's like 2 o'clock or something. I'm just chilling in a field. Chilling in a field, beautiful sunny day. Yeah, just improvising, doing my YouTube stream. So I'm happy you're here, brother. I hope you have a great session, a great jam sesh. Does my partner watch my streams? Typically, yeah. Not always, because I'm streaming for like a lot. The funny thing with her is she watches my streams, but she also goes ahead and actually, I talk about my streams. Like, I break down a lot of things in my streams. Just have conversation, hold space for her. It's beautiful. Best things you were saying about feeling the music. Yeah, that's 100% right. It's the resonance patterns. Truly life-changing, yeah. What do you think is the best stream I've ever had? I don't know, like, honestly, they truthfully get better and better. Like, they continuously get to this place where they really do just... Sometimes I'll just stumble across a stream where I'm just going... I liked when I went to the beach. Like, that was a really powerful stream, I felt. Like, a few days back, I went to the beach and it was kind of setting the tone of being in, like, this beautiful public sphere. But yeah. Glasgow, Scotland. Magic. Can only do better. Canadian metalheads violently banging approval. That's dope, bro. Yeah, we love metal, punk rock here. Like, on these streams I do a very, like, meditative chilling. That's my brand, Ashe, is like creating this, like, divine connection with the music, which is how I create sound journeys, and I've been on that quest for about 3-4 years now. But before I ever picked up an acoustic guitar, I just shredded a lot. Like, I just did lots of, like, metal and shredding, and I still do. I have an Ibanez that I got recently that I deeply love. But yeah, it's beautiful. Pick up one and complete guess from tonight's game. Oh, wow. Interesting. Pick one on a complete guess for tonight's game. I'm gonna say Yukon. I don't know. Hello, Kylie. Welcome to this portal. Now, your father's awesome. Yeah, no, like, I'm honestly, it's funny, I'm not a huge fan of sports, but basketball, I don't know why, I really like basketball. I mean, I like all sports, but basketball, for some reason, like, in Canada, hockey is massive, but I'm a huge fan, just personally, like, I love to shoot hoops. of basketball. But naturally, for me, I'm also more into like martial arts as a whole, as like athletic pursuits. But yeah, interesting stream was with that kid. I felt it was important somehow. Yeah, it's yeah, brother. That was a very interesting stream. I think like a powerful experience for myself, for all people watching, for the kid. I think not the kid like maybe that was on the scooter, but the kid that was the cousin. It's a powerful learning experience indeed. Yeah. But even then, like, it's funny, like, that's the kid, I guess, has the powerful learning experience for me personally. You know, the kid yelling on the scooter was kind of just what I was reflecting on a moment ago. Is I feel really, our younger generation is clearly suffering. Like, I speak of this opening the stream where I'm like, talking about how, our relationship with our phone and our technology as a whole is it's important to have a conscious awareness. It's important to see how compulsive it is, how much it's basically programming us in the simplest way. And unfortunately, the younger generation, they're like perfect embodiments. Like when you see them acting out in very egregious ways, just compulsively yelling at people or swearing or just doing things that are compulsive. Like that's compulsive behavior, right? That is sadly a product of society that's like programmed them very successfully. They think that's okay. Et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, even, earlier today, I was literally like, wanting to stream, and I don't think it was the same kid, or maybe it was. There's just some kids on these e-bikes or these e-scooters, and I think I'm coming to see. I've never seen this before recently, and maybe they're just acting it because they want attention, because I'm a YouTuber. But it's weird that they're just like going on these scooters, screaming, at people. Like the one kid was just like screaming obscenities and whatever, and it's almost like the e-scooter thing has like given them permission in their mind to, be compulsive, say things like, just, say bad words and act out and whatever, and think that's like funny or okay. And it's weird. It's like, I think we're seeing the product of a society that's failed these kids, and it's, they failed themselves to actually understand how important it is to have a conscious relationship with, well, people as a whole. But, the way maybe their phones or whatever technology has programmed them to act out compulsively. And it's sad. Like, again, I empathize for that kid, and for even like there was a kid earlier today that it wasn't the same kids, but they were just roving by. I don't even think they were the same kids because they were not nearly as unhinged, but they were just yelling out some random stuff. Like, it's like, again, they were trying to act out, get attention. I ignored them and kind of just went on with my stream, but I'm kind of like in this mentality. I'm like, like this is an interesting scenario that kids actually think it's like, they think it's either cool or interesting or funny or whatever to like be compulsively disrespectful. Like it's like this is some sort of new, behavioral thing. It's probably not that new, but I think it's like a, TikTok generation thing where they think acting out compulsively has some sort of like, shock value. Like they treat it synonymously with like humor, or they think it's socially acceptable when it's clearly not. And all I can say is, like I kind of realized with when that kid, acted out, and I remember going through that scenario and processing it healthfully, I was just like, wow, that's dangerous behavior. Like, thinking compulsive behavior is socially acceptable is dangerous, without a shadow of doubt. Like, we don't even have to, like, go down that rabbit hole. That's clear as day. That's obvious. Full-grown adults can see a mile away how, if you're, like, a developing mind and you're enabling compulsive behavior, like you're writing that as socially acceptable, that's literally dangerous. That's how kids go down really dark paths. They do more unhinged, things that are not socially acceptable, and they go down a very dark path. So I think it's a learning moment, hopefully, for that kid that, thinks that whatever reason they're justifying or associating it's funny and humorous to compulsively yell at strangers, do whatever they're doing. Like, again, I'm a full-grown adult. I can write it off of them just being dumb kids. Like, we've all been 15, but it's like, it also makes me think very openly. I'm like, there's something more, there's something deeper going on here. Like, beyond some kids just trying to get attention because, someone's on a stream. And, also it's an affirmation to me, being like, you know what? I want to make sure my audience is full of mature, emotionally intelligent adults. Like, that's just my audience anyways, but I want to, it's a reaffirmation of how important that is. But there's like a lot to learn there, Love your guitar, bro. Thank you, hippie. Thank you, brother. The beach and the kid. Yeah, the beach was amazing. And yeah. Honestly, there was so many streams that I personally found stood out that weren't even like that, I'd say, that significant, where they were just ones where I had a good conversation or I was in a state that I was feeling grateful just to be alive, and I was just like, making lots of jokes, and I felt like it's interesting how streams are such a powerful reflection of where I'm at, but also where the world's at, and where the comment section and the audience is at, and who flows through in the real world. Like, it's a massive collaboration with so many different elements that I personally appreciate streams for many different reasons. Yeah, basketball just rocks. Like, I love that shit. Yeah, I am YouTuber. Nice. Well, good luck with that, brother. There's many YouTubers, and yeah, we be YouTubing. Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Yeah. I'm starting not to believe in specific disabilities like ADHD or CD. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know. They're real, but they're not like a negative thing necessarily, and they're not stigmatized. I would say, like, to be so forthcoming is like, I have ADHD naturally, and for most of my life, I've been diagnosed over and over again. They're like, oh, take meds, take ADHD medication, do Adderall and whatever. And for me, I was never drawn to that path, but I'm also, a lifelong, pretty much, artist, musician, athlete, whatever, where I've personally taken upon myself to basically do all the quintessential things that actually combat ADHD, like, in a healthy way. It's like I've integrated my ADHD in such a healthy way that most people, like, if not the majority, would be shocked to be like, oh, you got ADHD. I mean, if you know me in the real world and, with my partner, I get weird. I'm very, like, I love to be expressive, and I'm very, like, it makes sense that I have ADHD. But I do lots of, disciplined practices. I've trained my mind, and it goes very far. Like, if you're a person that happens to have, this kind of disorder, like you have ADHD, it's just like, it surely is not the quintessential negative that some people might write it off as. It's like, oh, it just means XYZ, you're limited in certain ways. For me, I genuinely see it as a strength. So it's beautiful. But I don't know. I wouldn't say I'd go as far as saying they don't exist, because of course they do. But there's a lot of interesting stigmatization, and it's good to be conscious of. Alright, reconnecting. I actually just didn't want to. I just took off my stream for a second because some Amazon drivers blasting some weird pop Indian music. I just didn't want to get copyright. I mean, that's a weird reason to turn off the stream, but it was literally like blasting it right beside me. I was like, I don't know if I want to blast this radio music on my stream. So when are you gonna play the guitar? Never. I'm not a guitarist. You've got that wrong. Yeah, I don't know how to play guitar. Let's see, Floyd, that's, yeah. Yeah. And the extraordinaries, yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Honestly, being someone that's like normal in the most context, like if you don't have, some sort of interesting personality quirk. I mean, I don't know, my experience, all the people with the most interesting personalities definitely have like the most quirkiest, experiences or brains. I don't know. I also just have a very interesting taste in humans in general. I love, artists, expressionists, and I love like weird, quirky people. They're just fucking awesome. So it makes sense for me, maybe. Wow, that was interesting. strange moment continually. I guess those younger fellows, I can't tell. I think it is the one fellow that screamed obscenities. They're like literally like young kids. Like one's like looks like he's like 10, there's like 15. But I guess I just turned off my live for a second because I guess they were just roving by, and I remember just like smiling, just waving, like, what's going on, just to kind of check out, you know, the ones that were just like screaming obscenities and just blasting around. And it's so strange. Like they're literally like, I don't know, they look like good kids, but then they're just like roving around causing trouble. It's hilarious. And they were just like circling around me, like, how's it going? Like, hey, are you live or whatever? And I'm just like, nope. It was interesting. I kind of just wanted to say hello. Just kind of like those kids, you know, just notice that we're both just we're just humans, not adults. I don't know if they're adults. Yeah. Interesting moment. Going back to the comments. Stream is for creating. Yeah. There's just so many applications, I feel. Hello. Hey. Wow. Beautiful. Let's give ourselves a bit of lighting. Yeah, but I'm not sure how behind we are on the comments, but interesting interesting moment where, again, I flipped off the stream just for a second to kind of just be, for one, just wanted to hold space for these young kids that were just like e-biking by, you know, just to say hello and kind of just, I don't know, respect their privacy or whatever. But it was also interesting how, like, I feel like I'm low-key under this impression that those kids, the ones that, you know, were like ripping by on their scooter, just yelling words or whatever they're doing, is that it's almost like they're just literally interested, like in the sense where they're just like, that's their weird way of trying to, you know, become a part of it, or get my attention because they're interested in the live stream. Like they're trying to, basically they're interested in it, they want to like be a part of it, or they're just, you know, want to get my attention as a YouTuber. It's very weird. Like I'm just under the impression that was like, because I literally, as they just e-biked by or e-scootered by, I remember just waving. I was like, just smiled at them. It was a natural smile, and they kind of smiled back, and then they just started circling around me, and then they're just asking me if I was live, and I was like, nope. You know, kind of just trying to give them the impression that they're confused that I'm not streaming. But yeah, interesting. It's almost like, again, I'm kind of getting the impression that these kids, from the beginning, were literally just like doing their weird little compulsive way of trying to get my attention because they were interested. Like they're interested in what's going on. They wanted to be a part of the stream or learn about it. You know, maybe they want to be streamers, or it's weird. It's like, and that was their strange little way of getting attention, was like ripping by and, yeah, I guess trying to scream obscenities to get my attention. I don't know, man. Again, just approaching them, it was like very strange. Like they didn't seem like bad kids. They just seemed just dumb. Just kids that were confused. Stream is crashing. Nah, it wasn't crashing. I was flipping it off. I was exiting the stream. I guess I can turn off the window. I didn't know I could do that, but yeah. Crashed. Weirdness is just authenticity. Absolutely. Yeah, no, but yeah, if you guys probably heard, I was exiting the stream. Autism isn't just stigmatized, but people face with discrimination. Comments, say comments. Say comments. Let's pop this into here. Yeah. But what an interesting day so far already. Dang. Please place fingerstyle. Nice. Nice. That sounds, yeah, sounds like my alley, brother. Nice. grab my nuts. Honoring sacred love, sacred freedom, and sacred aloneness. Oh, man. Sleep deprivation is catching up to me. As it does. Wow, it's 4 o'clock already. Wow. Time is just not real, friends. If the link for Discord doesn't work, let me know. I'm new to the world. Oh, word. Yeah, no, the Discord link should be... Yeah, it's all live. It's all working just as the ones that have been a part of the thing. Yes. That's so comfortable. I love the coat, but man, it's just nice to wear nothing or less for, yeah, when it's warm out. Cool. There we are. They are superpowers, truthfully. I don't know. I for some reason thrive more than most for a lot of the things that people say ADHD people don't necessarily thrive in. It's bizarre. I don't know. It's a weird weird world we live in, but yeah. You know how it is. It's just people like to put people into boxes. People like to box people into boxes. Just the way of the world. The way of the world. I wonder, I'm going to try something here. So we go into delay mode. And go to feedback, reverb, okay. Let's raise our reverb. Or lower the speed. Speed. Change the feedback, reverb, speed. That sounds like nothing. Wow, what the heck? A lot of blend. A lot of DI. Whoa. That doesn't sound good at all. Yeah, that reverb setting is not the move. It's not the move. It's definitely not the move. Saying it deleted. I don't think it deleted. If you believe someone with autism couldn't be a surgeon because you thought they were incompetent. Huh. Right, I think I have idea what to do here. Whoa, didn't realize I was blocking the stream with that. So going back to the stream, Floyd, best musician on the spectrum. Interesting. Interesting. Can you see and use the link now? Ah. What are my favorite guitar tunings? I mean, I like to explore a lot of dropped D, dropped C, and dropped B, but I'll be honest, in all truth, I like standard tuning, but having an awareness of how to successfully key shift and scale an E major, A sharp, minor. So almost like I like standard tuning. Strangely enough, I didn't always like standard tuning, but I also am a huge fan of drop C, drop D, and drop B. But yeah, I like standard tuning, and I'm a massive fan of capoing the fourth. So basically, caping the fourth to make it so it's a G sharp minor, or G sharp. Yeah. So this baby, this key. Yeah, but if I capoed it, it's great. It's great though. G sharp is beautiful. Lots of beautiful tunings and like regular stuff you can access though. Yeah. YouTube is deleting, probably considered promotional spam. Interesting. Good to know. That's good to know. I didn't know that YouTube deletes my posts or. Oh no, no. I can still see it. I can still see it on my thing, like Discord. The official Discord link is there, but I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I wonder if they are gonna maybe remove these links. Looks like it's all still there though. Looks like everything's all. Huh. I don't know. On my end, it looks like all the Discord and other links, they're all working as they are, but yeah. Description, the pedal to the metal and creating special. Should add Discord to your description and pedal to the metal and creating separate subjects in Discord. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to put my Discord in the description. I mean, definitely I'll promote it and place it somewhere, but the description is more like very, yeah, the description is reserved for specific things, which is namely the mission statement and, yeah. It went right out of tune somehow, but I agree though. I think putting different sections for the Discord, always wise. It's nice to keep things organized. I don't know. I mean, to this day, I think Discord is still, it's a leisurely thing that's good for community building. But in truth, Discord is definitely not my focus, and I'm not sure if it ever will be. I mean, it will be to community build, obviously, and for the community, for people to share personal and original perspectives continuously. But it's like, in the realm of like how I focus my energy on like, going certain realms of YouTube versus other platforms, Discord's pretty low on there because it's like, yeah, it just doesn't have a huge application. But it's, I mean, community building itself is a massive application. But Drop D is what Soundgarden plays a lot. Drop D rocks. Like, I mean, I almost assume universally everyone that's ever picked up a guitar knows Drop D and knows how dope it is. But yeah, I'm just a massive fan. Never used Discord in my life. Yeah. Yeah, I never thought about that. I don't think referring to my invite links that I posted here on the chat. Oh. Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to do links on a live stream, which I just learned now. Interesting. Super dope. Discord or that chord, that chord. Yeah, they're all dope. Yeah, I can say they're all good chords. I've come across a community that's used it. They always drama. Interesting. Yeah, it's again, I'm not into promoting the Discord. Like that's kind of what I felt like was prevalently clear. Is it's good to have a Discord so people can share, like original music and core members can just kind of share their own sort of things beyond the stream space. But I, yeah, I don't really desire to like private or like publicly promote my Discord. Like, all right, everyone get on the Discord. And I mean, if it happens in time, amazing, and it grows into some sort of beautiful thing. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's more useful to have just as core members, people that just really want to use Discord for a good intention to share music, maybe original podcasts or timbits or philosophies. That's how I use it. And yeah, I don't really use Discord in general very much. Yeah. Thank you, brother. I love this hat very much. I love to jam with someone who's experimenting using guitar. I feel like I could be very open-minded for stuff. That's dope, brother. I appreciate you chiming in. What do you want to do for upcoming long format videos? I mean, man, my mind stretches around a lot. What I do for long format videos, like my brain is literally hopping back and forth between like a million different ideas. But in the simplest right, I think the two prevalent things of how I'll probably do long format YouTube, one is going to be like vlog style directed adventures that happen to also be, talks about like I'm going to probably do a long format video talking about the Tonewood amp. I'm going to make it like very adventurous, very dynamic, and very well directed, like on directorial sort of experience. And then also my other long format videos that I'm focusing naturally is just releasing almost like very beautiful ASMR type original music. That's like sound journey. So both, they have different aims, but whatever succeeds. Like truthfully, I think whatever resonates with the community at large, whatever hits the algorithms, whatever has the potential to blow up into a larger, audience, just go nuclear. That's where my focus is at. Because I'll be perfectly honest, I don't really care about getting like, 1,000 views here and there. And, for me, that kind of is not the point. I want to make long format videos that have the potential to go to like hundreds of thousands of views. And that's going to take time. Like that's going to take really high quality videos. It's going to take learning to understand YouTube and also just develop a relationship with the algorithm. But in simplest right, I just focus right now on making, delivering high quality content experiences, via long format and getting experimental where I'm making videos that, slowly, incrementally getting me more and more engagement. But the potential is I want to create videos that would go viral, like videos that are truly like have the potential to be delivered to a massive audience. And those videos are, again, videos that are more oriented to the stuff that I've been doing where it takes time and energy. Like you got to basically direct a high quality content experience, that every second is engaging, it's offering value. It's basically you have to actually deliver high quality content that, you yourself would love to watch. Like you go on YouTube and you click on something like, wow, like this is really engaging. This is really well made, very concise. It's very dynamic. It's just well thought out. It's like you're watching like a movie, basically. So for me, I'm split between basically releasing mini movies that have the potential to blow up on YouTube's algorithm, but also just releasing original music that's very ASMR and relaxing. I think both could succeed very well. That's kind of where my mind's at with long format. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. One second. Okay, so close that, open that, closed off. I see. Okay. Just checking something on my stream. Streaming. Streaming. So it's the forest here. Did that one not? Well, link to the channel is not valid or is too old. Interesting. Not sure you're referring, but alright. Love the video when you were jumping around a lot. Oh, yes. Yeah, I love that video too. Yeah. I think that was the one I was talking about how to succeed in YouTube. And that's kind of the key. That's the key thing is you just got to like make fun, you know, engageable directorial type videos where you just, I don't know, for me that was like the easiest and funnest video to make. But yeah. I think for me it's about just making high quality content that is fun. Like I'm just having fun, getting creative, and the more I do that, I think it has potential to just go nuclear. And when it does, it will. But yeah. Let's see. Right, it was here, here, sat down. Do I have long hair? I do have long hair. Yes, I do. I'm gonna get it cut though. It's like very long right now. That's why I have it tied. Huh. Oh, I see what's happening. It's glitching out and I can't see the refresh part. I'll check this out later. But yeah, anyways. Yeah. Huh. No. No, it's like I'm cutting it from probably about here to probably cut it to about there. Or do some kind of like, I don't know, 70s, 80s rock star shag slash like other cut. I'm going for some just scraggly shag look. I don't know. I've never rocked it. I'm trying to figure it out. But I'm just going to go and get a haircut and see how it flows. Magic. All right. Wow. Seems like it was really like I've been feeling really grateful. I mean, I didn't stream yesterday naturally, but I feel really good about the way it's like the algorithm has just been like launching beautiful viewership and engagement. I mean, I've also just been grinding these out, but it's beautiful to see the boost in momentum in the viewership. So I feel grateful for that. Like even just in we were just at two a moment ago. But yeah. Yeah, it's a rock star shag. It's gonna be great. Yeah. I'm not a fan of short hair. I had short hair when I trained martial arts, and is decent. Like when I was training and I was new to training martial arts, but yeah, I like long hair. It's great. Feels more organic. Magic. 2:23. Well, I think we're gonna preemptively probably put a close to the stream because I need to sort myself out. Probably get prepared to go to the gym. Maybe take a nap. I don't know. Yeah. But invariably, I've been really happy with how the stream's unraveled. I'm happy disconnect to go for this walk and do all this. It's been a beautiful stream. I mean, innately, again, feeling a bit low energy, but, you know, c'est la vie. It's, this is life. 3D reality, baby. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Amy. Yeah, a new sub. Beauty, beauty. You're a gem. You're just, yeah, rockstar mods. Magic. Yes, thank you so much. And thank you so much for the support. You know, thank you for chiming in. Hope you enjoyed this portal. If this content resonates with you, feel free to follow this channel. I teach guitar and I do meditative sound journeys among various types of things. And yeah, if I missed the live stream, it's all good. Or messed it up. No, you didn't mess it up, bro. Trust, you didn't. Honestly, there's very few things that can mess up the stream at all. But, yeah. Like, if anything, those kids kind of catching my attention and, you know, roving by, those kids were kind of impeding. But then I think it all resolved itself, strangely enough. Like, the moment I just took a moment and I feel like I realized how to diffuse those scooter kids. But no matter what, yeah, it's a win-win. Take a nap, lots of sleep. Absolutely, brother. It's facts. Got a nap, train, you know, honor my body, nourish my body. Probably do a late night stream. This is the way. It's been a beautiful. I've been doing these streams for literally like grinding for like 6.5, 7 months. So it's a magical way to live. I feel great about it. But sometimes, you know, it's easy to burn out. We gotta honor ourselves and honor our bodies, as I say in the outro. But anyways, thank you so much for chiming in. Do appreciate you guys. Remember to honor yourself and to honor each other. Yeah. Much love. Bless. Ashe. Appreciate you, Harry. Appreciate you, Floyd. Appreciate you, Amy. Appreciate you, Mona.